Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome or welcome back. A little light codes coming in here, so welcome in the light codes, the elementals, earth, air, wind, fire, water, ether. Welcome in all of our 11 seconds on the timer, all of our team members that are working with us in this now present moment. Those beings of unconditional love and light are only welcome in this space, always, 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 through and with divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, divine wisdom, divine remembrance, magic, empowerment, and freedom. Just remember who you are. That's why I'm here. I'm here to activate you, to help you remember, to inspire you, to ignite you, to excite you, all of the stuff. So the kiddo's with me for spring break, so he's here in the corner. You might hear some of his videos, receiving whatever light codes, frequencies, and energies that he emanates, because we are walking activators, basically. Walking tower moments, walking excuse me, lie detector tests. We are very clairsentient, clear feeling, clear knowing. All right. Throat chakra, just get that cleared out. Again, it is 313. Sorry. Yeah, 313. 313. 313. Okay. All right. Or 55, because it's 1513. So however you want to look at it. You've been 555s are going to be confirmation to finish this video is for you. In some way, shape, or form, there's information, activations, frequencies, energies, all the ways. You're here to receive my frequency, my flavor, my color, my essence, in whatever magical ways that is meant to be for you here right now in this present moment. It is March 28, 2026, but again, these videos are quantum. They are in no time and in no space. We're going to change that a little bit if I remember to. And so you're receiving this in divine timing, divine orchestration. Whether you are curious by whatever the title ends up being, we don't know yet, and or if I landed in your algorithm, your sacred algorithm. I really hope you've been really curating your algorithm sacred for that sacred information, liking, subscribing, clicking, sharing all of those videos, saving them in folders. So this sets your sacred algorithm. I'm not just talking about my content, I'm talking about all of the content, whether you're listening to Super Conscious Podcasts, whether you're listening to tarot readings, oracle card readings, channeled messages from verbal channels from people who are just literally like trans channel, if you're receiving messages from people who channel like I do. All right, it's all perfect. And if you set your algorithm up like that, perfect. If you're using like your search engine, I always recommend DuckDuckGo, not the one that starts with the G or the H. I prefer DuckDuckGo. Ducks might be significant as a confirmation. And now, again, just more keywords. So pay attention to the words that I'm going to say. I'm going to share some key codes and keywords that have been coming up. And then I will probably do a separate video on decoding my dream from last night. And so this video is going to be about the key codes / keywords that have been coming up this week for me. See if that's in resonance. See if you've been hearing, seeing, thinking, feeling, knowing these words as well, because they've been very loud in all ways, shapes, and forms for me personally. And they definitely correlate with of everything else that's unfolding at a very rapid pace. There's a very fast, rapid energy. Yesterday I was integrating a lot, didn't sleep well the night before. So I've been going through a lot of activations and integrations, upgrades, recalibrations. Have you been feeling this? So you'll have a lot of energy one day. Again, we've got a lot from the solar stuff too, Schumann resonance, all of that. But you're feeling like you're getting activated and you're getting downloads and you're getting, then you're having to integrate, and then you're getting recalibrated. So it's like this integration, you're getting downloads, activations, you're having to integrate and recalibrate, and then it's rinsing and repeating, because we are getting prepared. There is something, I know you can feel it. If you're here, you can feel this energy and this frequency. Something is about to go off, and go off in the best way possible. Like, again, going back to Ishmael Perez's, when he says the first waivers, if you resonate with first waves, 144,000 chosen ones, light, where all of those that have been doing the work, doing the thing, going deep, all of that, and now you're just waiting for what's next. You are getting ready to hatch. It's hatching season, okay? And you can feel this energy, and then you integrate, and then you're like, oh fuck, is this thing? The ego's like, you get in this integration phase, and you're like, get really low and tired and exhausted. You're like, I'm just fucking tired, I'm done. You know what? So what we want to talk about today is these keywords, but also what's coming through, again, because I get a lot of information downloads from listening to other videos. Just by a word, I can hear a word, and that's going to trigger a song download to listen to. All right, so this is how it works. All right, it's this fun treasure map hunt, this scavenger hunt, and then getting the pieces together and getting those clues for this, and you're like, oh, okay. Then you get more information and more information. This decoding is what's been coming through. So the key codes and decoding and breaking things down for the way that you're receiving information. You're like, I keep seeing these specific combinations of this color, this number, these animals. What does this mean outside of their singular stuff? But what does it mean altogether? So take that in and put that in using your sacred algorithm, whatever way that is, and allow that to unfold and decode. That's what I did for my human design, and it fits perfectly. And I'll probably go into it a little deeper because I got more information yesterday and went down that. I've been literally blowing through the pens and the journals. So I started this journal on the 19th of this month, and I literally, at the end of decoding my dream, finished it today, which is on the 28th. Can you math the math? There's been a lot of writing in just a couple of weeks. So this color purple is significant. Sorry, Kleenex. This color is significant. The royal, the dark purple, the dark violets, that's a significant key code and color that you've been seeing in some way, shapes, and forms over and over and over. I guarantee it. And if not, you're going to. You're also seeing yellows and golds. These are royal colors, people. Beautiful souls. These are royal colors. Why? Because you are royalty. You're a galactic cosmic royalty. You're getting ready to be coronated. You're getting ready to be crowned and to take your thrones. Okay? Does this resonate? Can you feel this energy? Okay? Feel the energy. Don't think the energy. Feel it. Feel the knowing. Don't think the knowing. Hear the knowing. Don't think the hearing. Speak it. Don't think it. Speak it. Don't think it. Okay? So, a lot of energy. I'm going to take a grounding bath after I'm done with this. I need to ground my energy. So when I take a salt bath with essential oils, then I can kind of come down. I'll eat some grounding foods. I had more grounding foods at lunch because me and the kiddo did a lunch date. I'll probably have some watermelon, very light, easy to digest. Keeping it into whatever my body's telling me I need in this now present moment. Okay. So the keywords or key codes you have been seeing on repeat or in groups, highly recommend, again, writing these down and going deeper into them. You can go down and take whatever 3 words, okay? Let's just take it in 3s. So we're going to give you a few words. All right, we gave you some colors. You can take the words and the colors and you can kind of say, okay, which 3 words and 3 colors come to me right now? We've been playing this game. And then decode that and see what deeper information is unfolding and see where that resonates with you. See if that's lining up with what you have been experiencing, seeing, thinking, feeling, knowing in the moment, okay? All right. Key numbers are going to be 1111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 7s of all kinds, 777, 7s in general, okay? Please, there is significance. So write these down. And then whatever you're pulled to, go down that. Go down that. Sacred, because we always joke with the rabbit hole, you know, as always never being a negative. And we're going to create the rabbit hole as the sacred rabbit. Go down the unfoldment of this beautiful sacred rabbit hole, this very positive unfoldment, and it just continues and continues. This is what has happened for me, decoding dreams when they come in, because they're not just dreams, it's information, it's messages, it's codes, okay? And also taking things in, like if I'm getting guided to write down a sequence, like we've said before, spirit animal, number, color, crystal, whatever for the day, decode that. And that's the message that I'm guided to decode, write down, and give to you guys. Because even me sharing my human design information, there's messages, codes, and activations in that. So there is no coincidences, okay? That I'm guided to literally go deep into this stuff. And this is how my channel works for me right now, okay? So we're going to give you these words. And then if you've been questioning what is my purpose, well, this video might be for you. We're 9 minutes in right now, 922, 911. This is going to be significant for you. If you've been questioning, depending on where you're at in your journey, okay, in your awakening journey, okay, this last round, right? We've been through many, but this major last round that we have been through will kind of pinpoint to where you're at in that and where you might be going for your purpose, if you're questioning what your purpose is or feeling like what's next, okay? All right. Because this came through the other day. And again, this is a download I literally am writing down in the car while I'm driving because I'm like, I've got to write this down. I don't want to forget. This is what Source wants me to share. Okay. So the key codes or key words that were coming through hot this week were the word joy, which is associated with that yellow gold color. Alignment, alignment, alignment. Aligning, alignment, aligned. Joy, bold, bold. Confidence came through. We did a whole thing on confidence. Realigned, again, it's that alignment. Recalibrated came through a lot. Again, that recalibration. And the word door or doorways has been coming through. And doors are portals, peeps. Doors are portals, okay? All right. The word vulnerability, you're being asked to be vulnerable. You're probably seeing vulnerability, somewhere along those. Maybe seeing animals that are vulnerable, like the lobster growing out of its shell, or the crab, and it's in that vulnerable state where it's got to leave its shell until the new one grows or until it finds a new home type of scene. Balance is coming a lot as a word. Feminine, divine feminine, we know why that's coming in hot, okay? So the songs that we're coming through is, we're going to drop some songs, all right? I rise up, I rise up, I rise up. The other key code is be radiant. So just be, or be and radiant. I know, 1122, we have a lot here today just in this video. So I rise up. What other songs dropped in while I was doing this journaling this morning? That's important for this video. I don't know why. All for one and one for all just came through. The Musketeers, all for one and one for all. All right. Again, we're in this super moon energy, this pink full moon, April 1st. Highly significant. This is like my anniversary. I literally started my massive awakening, sped up massively between February and March, and unfolded since then, okay? So this is like my anniversary of this. But I am going through another awakening right now, all right? Truly, Madly, Deeply. Love, I think that's by Cascadia from the 90s. Step by Step, New Kids on the Block. Again, take what resonates, all right? Roses are significant. Diamond is significant. The Princess Bride is significant. Eve, as in the Garden of Eden, or Eve. Eve in the Garden of Eden. The Globe, or a globe in the world sign in synchronicities, whether that's the world sign in the tarot, a globe, or the world, like I said, a globe, a literal globe, like travel. When I Move, You Move song. Unstoppable. All right. Hidden codes in our DNA are being turned on and activated right now. Born This Way. These are songs. I'm 13 minutes in and we're still not even got to the what your purpose is. 10-10. My son kept saying 10-10 and I've been seeing 10-10s. There's a lot of action energy, a lot of travel energy, a lot of sun and water energy. Take what resonates, leave what does not. 2 of Cups. 2 like we said. Butterflies, big butterfly synchronicities, and we know why that's showing up. Raise Your Glass by Pink. Can you see how all of these, just these song titles already weave together with a journey? I'm gonna have to just go through and write down all of that and see what that and decode that. I'm telling you, this is what has been exciting me, and that's the point. What is your purpose? What is your purpose? If you are questioning what is your purpose, so just for context, last year, going through had a cacao ceremony. I started with Reiki, and then with Reiki it unfolded. I had a beautiful cacao ceremony, and then more Reiki and more intuitive massages, and had all these energy practices, and was deeply meditating 3 hours a day because I was called to, since the end of 2024, December 2024, going into January 2025, my awakening started unfolding rapidly. And what happened was, by April, by the pink moon, which is around, I think, the 12th or 13th or 14th of April that last year, I was fully activated. My third eye was turned on. There was a remembrance that triggered the awakening, full blown. And actions were taken, things were said, all of the stuff, and it just unfolded and raveled. And I remember this by May. I was frustrated. I'm I just thought it was going to happen overnight. My ego, I was still in spiritual ego. I was still in that spiritual ego. I'm I ended up in this dark night of the soul, this very dark space, this just lonely, you know, that in itself could be a whole nother video. My life is just alone and all of that. But anyways, it unraveled. And so with the help of certain videos, especially ones like from the Divinely Aligned channel and different things like Chosen 144 tarot reading and many other beautiful soul tribe, they are part of my soul fam for sure, my frequency family, that there was moments where my ego was still trying to figure it out under the surface. Like, what's my purpose? Like, you've known this your entire life, that you are here for bigger and better things, that you were never meant here to be still, to be just stuck, to not be moving, to not be evolving, to not be growing, to not be expanding. You know, you were here, goosebumps, for bigger and better, and to continue to get excited, to be expanded, to be an inspiration, to be inspired, to grow, and all of this stuff. Okay, you've known this since you can remember. Like, you just know this and you can feel this. So when you spiritually awaken, I mean, you've had many awakens, but like when you like have a big one like this one, it was very more chaotic in the beginning. So the original awakening was more chaotic, and it'll tie into my video when I decode my video. Well, I'll do the video decoding my dream. It actually reminded me of what this, because I said earlier this week that I feel like I'm going through another awakening. All right. And I'm on point. I'm clear knowing. And then I just get confirmation when I decode certain things. And that's the way the universe, source, my team, my highest works with me. Everyone works differently with their team. All right. So clearing energy. Sorry. Someone's getting this because we just cleared some energy. Okay. That's good. All right. So at first I'm like, I woke up. Now what? Spiritual ego. I still had to go through many death and rebirths and many dark nights of the soul to cleanse and to clear and to cry and to journal. I'm like, those are all my journals. Plus these two. A lot. And it's different for everyone on how they do that, okay? So I had went through these different segments, these different sessions of going a little deeper, going in, going a little deeper, right? Again, that activation, that knowing, those downloads, that integration, all of that beautiful unfoldment of the process in the past, probably for me, 12 to 18 months, and then 6 to 9 months. Okay, if you want to put a time frame on it, okay? So on that, during that unfoldment, I kept saying, like, what's my purpose? Like, what's my purpose? Like, what's my purpose? And I finally, when I finally got it, like, surrender. How many times is surrender, trust and surrender? It was like, my purpose is right here, right now. So then I started focusing on just being in the present moment and experiencing life from that present moment as much as possible in each day, and in listening to my intuition and being called to, that's my purpose. I made that my purpose until I felt called for something else to be my purpose, which would be to go out and enjoy life and play and create as my inner child, and not, and just do that. I made these different things when I was inspired to be my purpose. So if you're asking what your purpose is, your purpose might be just to heal. So the big chunk of the beginning part of my awakening from last year, the chaotic, instantaneous, you wake up and you're like, what the fuck? Oh my God, okay, what now? Is to heal. So source is saying, your highest is saying, if you're just beginning, if you're just waking up, beautiful soul, thank you for choosing you. It gets so good. It gets so good. And you will continue to see that as it continues to decode and unfold. Decode and unfold. We've been rhyming a lot. So if you want to know what your purpose is and you're just starting this awakening process, it's to heal. Make that your purpose. Make whatever form of meditation works for you, journaling, introspection, getting in with nature, grounding, getting into water, pouring into your own cup, a lot of self-love, unplugging from the bullshit of the distortions, the illusions, the inversions. That is your purpose. That is your purpose for that moment, okay? Then when you feel like you will be called to, all right, I've been going deep, this is my purpose. Okay, now you've cleared some stuff, you move things around. All right, now what's my purpose? right? Now we become present. We've done some healing. Now we just practice being present in every now present moment. We slow down and we breathe throughout the day. We don't get out of bed right away. We breathe before we get out of bed. You pause while you're making your coffee. You breathe. You close your eyes and you breathe. You stand in front of the mirror and you breathe. You breathe before you put your car on drive. So these are, I'm saying this because it's the stuff that I did, okay? That I made that my purpose, to slow down even just a little bit more and a little bit more, and to breathe a lot more and a lot more. And not just at specific times like when I'm meditating and things and not rushing through life, but to take these conscious moments and pause. And I talked about this in my videos when I started hitting record, is to pause and to pause and to pause. But to continue allowing the healing as it would unfold, you know, checking in with the triggers when I would be triggered, cry, scream, shout, all of it. So these were kind of got layered on top of each other. So now I was doing the healing and just moving, being present and breathing more, slowing down more. And just then you get to a point where you're like, okay, now what? You'll have these moments during your awakening process while doing certain things. You get to a point where you're like, okay, now what? Now what's my purpose? And the biggest surrender is needing to know the what, the where, the when, the why, the how. The WHs, the what, the where, the when, the why, the how. Just know that whatever it is, it's already happened. You're just catching up to that frequency. You're making room and space and to be in alignment with those frequencies. And when you are in alignment, the universe will give you the information you're asking for. Okay? It'll give you confirmations, validations, clear information of what to do next, of fill in the blank. Okay? But you have to, again, you got to do the work. Okay? So, but now for my beautiful souls that have been doing this a while, and I've gone through many rounds. I bet you have too, where you're like, okay, what next? 2, 2, 1, 1 on the timer. So you've gone through, okay, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, what next? I'm ready, done being in this hermit mode. I'm done being alone. I'm done with all the silence. I'm done with all the stillness. I'm just done, and I'm done. I'm ready to move. Especially when you start feeling this energy as happy, joyful, playful, vibrant, active, momentum, movement energy. You're like, that's where it's like, okay, now what? And it's still continuing to trust that you will be presented the what, the where, the when, the why, the how in divine timing, in perfect timing, in the quantum, in the no space and the no time, right? Because it's according to that, not according to this 3D reality, into the ego and the mind's way of thinking of how it should be. So that's a big part of the surrender in the healing process, is letting, because that is programming. Same thing with like the lack, like get in an abundant mindset. Like just know that you are always provided. Be grateful. Be so grateful and so appreciative of everything that you are provided for. Yes, it might not be what you feel you're supposed to have, but it's everything you need right now, and everything is perfectly. If you know you're meant to be a 5D new earth multimillionaire, but your 3D reality doesn't present that, you have to live in and embody and feel and know that that version of you already exists. You are just catching up, and you are just getting in alignment with that specific frequency and energy. Does that make sense? Okay. I know this is I can feel this energy, feel it flowing. I live in a flow state. I do. Like even when I'm getting in my journal and I'm decoding, I'm like, I can feel the stream of energy. It's like when I guess somebody gets inspired to write a book and they just can't stop writing, or they can't stop typing, and they just don't want to eat or drink or do anything. It's that powerful inspired action. That's like when I'm guided to go deep and write it down, I know I'm supposed to share that information with you and translate it for you through my frequency and energy, because there's information, activations, frequencies, and energies that you are meant to receive goosebumps in this now present moment. Okay. I am an activator. Okay. I know this, and my human design confirmed this for sure, which blew my mind. I completely line up with my human design. And I started this, like I said, by unfolding my name. I decoded my name, first, middle, and birth name. Date of birth, time of birth, place of birth, state of birth. And then when I unfolded it in the numerology of it, lined right up, on point. Again, you pick your names, your birthplaces, the times, everything is perfectly coded. Right down to the T, beyond anything the ego and mind can even understand. Okay, and then when you go deep, it starts making sense. Everything really starts making sense. And it's like, and by going in those decodes or going deep, you get more activations, you get more downloads, and you get more information. Does that make sense? Okay. We are working with selenite and clear quartz here. We also have ammonite and chocolate calcite. So again, those might be stones, minerals that you might be working for clearing, because somebody's getting this and they're getting activated and they're releasing. So if you're crying, releasing, giggling, whatever energy you're moving, motion, let it go, let it flow. So clearing energy, that's important. Learning to work with your frequency and energy, protecting your energy, commanding, that's important too, okay? But that's probably in a video for another day. So again, source is saying, if you don't know what your purpose is right here, right now. It's either to slow down, to breathe more, to do the healing. Okay, and if you've done all that and you're here where I am, like, what's next? All right, so we did this earlier this week in a video. So now, what's next? You go out and you're standing in your truth. You're standing in your authenticity, but you're doing it maybe confined a little bit. Source asked you earlier this week, and if you missed that video, or I don't remember where that was at, this is in this video, is you are being asked to now, your purpose is, right now, until further instructions, what came early, until further instructions, your purpose now is to go play and to create, either on social media or out into public. But what the source also said too is to be completely vulnerable, raw, real, and authentic in your family circle and in the public and in the wild. I like to call it the wild. In your community. Me and my kiddo, going down the middle of a busy store, pushing the cart, hopping up and just kicking her leg back. All right, singing, dancing, and playing, having fun in public because we don't care. All right, because that's how you activate and awaken and inspire people. All right, and that is powerful, and that is purpose. That is valuable. You are valuable. That's why you're being guided to continue to create, to play, and to express your childlike energy in the wild, in front of other people that you use to shrink yourself and dim your light to make them feel comfortable. So what source is saying, your purpose, if you're still not sure, until further instructions, you now be that silly, goofy, wacky, funny, dancy, play of creative adult human. I don't care if you're 30, 40, 60, 50, 70, 80, 90. I don't care. It's just a number. It's just a fucking number. If you don't know what your purpose now is, and you've gone through this awakening process in these last, again, 12 to 18 months, 6 to 9 months, whatever it is, and you're at this point where you're feeling this momentum energy, use it, go out and play, create, have fun, dance, run, sing, whatever. But do it in front of other people where you would have shrunk yourself or hid yourself, or to make other people feel comfortable. No more. That's your purpose until further instructions. Now, you might get further instructions tomorrow and you get called to go travel. But you're like, well, how am I going to? Well, you don't need to know. You might get something, money might drop in your bank, you book the ticket and you take the trip. Okay? Or you're being called to travel out of town. You're like, but how do I do that? And this, just know that the universe and source, your highest, is creating space and creating the funds and creating the ability to be able to do that, to take that inspired action. But you're not going to get to know the what, where, the when, the why, or the how until the time is so perfect and so aligned. So you might not know now, but you wake up tomorrow and then it just like Chariot, 8 of Wands fire. All right, I'm going to pack a bag and I've got the funds, I've got the tickets, I've got the plane, and I'm gone. That type of energy. Travel, planes, very significant. And if you're still here, you know what I mean, because we're almost 30 minutes into this video, that I'm just channeling like a hot, fiery, fast-moving energy. I can feel it. I know you can feel this. I know this. This is why I was guided to hit record. All right? I have a sacred bath I want to take, but if I don't get this out, it's just going to keep looping. And that's how it works when you channel. It's like, I got to write it down. I got to journal it. I've got to like get it out. I've got to speak it. I got to say it. I got to share it. Now. Not then, not when, now. All right. I think we're going to close this one at this, okay? And again, we love you. We love you. Okay, I'm looking at this. There's a reason for this. I don't know what's going on here. I'm guided to pull. Yeah, you are the magician. You've learned to speak your truth and cut people out that do not serve you anymore, serve your higher self. You're going to be receiving an abundance from you're going to be receiving. You're going to be receiving because you've been giving back to yourself. You're sitting pretty in this Queen of Pentacles energy, and you're going to be seen, heard, felt, and known. All right? This is just a confirmation. I don't usually do this because it's different. It is time to celebrate. I can't make this shit up. You've perfectly balanced everything. You're in perfect alignment, and it is time to celebrate. And this, again, this very fast moving, we're going to get on our bike because we're listening to Spirit, and we're going to go get it done. All right? Because you are here to play and to create with Source, with the divine, with your highest, with higher consciousness. There's that Chariot. You can't make this shit up. I'm literally looking at the deck and they're like, pick up the deck. There it is. That is your message. Thanks for playing, co-creating, because this is a co-creation, for sharing your time, your space, your energy, your frequency, flavor, and essence with the collective. Because just because I'm the one creating it, you click play and now it exists. But you're also weaving in your own frequency and energy for the next person that is receiving this message. Does that make sense? Isn't that fun? That's purpose. That's purpose. You clicking play and sharing your time, energy, frequency, energy, flavor, color, and essence. Just by you holding that space while you listen, the next person that listens after you in the quantum is receiving your specific quantum medicine and your specific quantum magic. How about them apples? We love you. We'll see you soon. Bye.